It's hard being fucking retarded sometimes.
Mood.
So I have an interesting one for you.
I got an interesting one.
I've got an interesting.
Oh,
I've got an
okay.
interesting little start here.
I'm listening.
So, you've got Morgan, old Morgan, like old crone Morgan, like Cyrene Morgan.
Okay.
You've got Lotaru,
Okay.
and you've got
Oh, I see where this is going. Okay.
and you've got I don't know what's a third, and we'll say Lotaru.
You already said Lotaru.
Oh, did I say
Yeah,
Lotaru? Fuck.
Yeah. You said Cyrene. You said Sauron.
What's a third one?
You can go.
What's a good
What
third
was her
one?
name? It wasn't. Was there?
Oh, we'll go with what was
You can go Backwind. You can go.
You know, we'll go.
Octavius, or was it Septimus? The Nine Lords. Oh, I forget.
That was
I forget
Octavia.
Octavia.
Yeah, because Septimus
yeah.
was the
Yeah.
Septimus was the dude.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah, so we'll say you've got fucking old crone Morgan, you've got Lotaru, like Siege of Terra Lotaru,
Human Morgan.
and
yeah,
you've
or
got
Sauron. Yeah.
and you've got we'll say Beckwin. You got to kill one, fuck one, marry one, go.
Okay. Oh shit. Kill Morgan. Okay. Oh shit. Fuck Beckwin. Marry Sauron, because I can fix her.
You can.
I can fix her, and also I don't have to worry about home defense.
That's true.
Yeah.
See,
I can save her, boys. I can save her.
I'd kind of be the opposite. Like
I can see a few different ways, because I didn't want to say it kind of filtered in, but the only other option would be maybe marry Beckwin, fuck Lotaru, mainly because I'm thinking Beckwin's because Beckwin's a pariah.
Are you even going to be able to get it up for Beckwin?
Yeah, that's the main thing.
You're going to feel sad all the
you
time.
you got to stay 50 feet away. You got to pop a blue chew, and then
you're going to pop 7 blue chews, bro.
Probably, yeah.
I don't even think one would do it. One's for a solid 4.
You just get depression sex. You're just you just cry.
You're just pity fucking each
You're
other.
pity fucking each other. Yeah, pretty much.
She's like, oh,
Yeah.
you're so sad. And you're like, you're just so sad to be around.
Sad. Why are you so depressing?
Oh, God.
Why are you such a depressing ass bitch?
Yeah, I'd probably be somewhere closer around there.
Yeah.
I'd probably say marry Beckwin, because I feel like that'd be the safest bet.
Yeah.
Because if you marry Beckwin, then you got to think about
it could be a less sexual, more just personal connection.
Yeah. I feel
can
like
see that.
and I feel like she'd be cool to hang around. Plus, you got to think now you have
Well,
eyes.
actually, and
now you've got 2 Inquisitors on your side as well.
Actually, here's something I got to think. As a reminder, when Beckwin first came in, we were saying that about the pity sex, but reminder, whenever Eisenhorn met her, she was a prostitute.
How was that working?
I don't know, because I never thought about that until now. So the question is, was she a fucking terrible prostitute, or was it you just feel uneasy, so she never has to worry about people lingering?
Well, because Eisenhorn was always close. He was always in the general, and that was the thing.
Yeah, I think you could do. I think
this was in the beginning of 40K lore, so they were like, Dan Abnett,
40
you seem to know what you're doing. Just fucking
just
go with
for it. 40K lore being iffy, nah.
And then he got to fucking Ravenor, and he was like, you know what? Maybe Knowles should have dampeners.
Yeah.
So is there a degree to Knowles?
I've
never heard of because it talks about there's degrees to psychers, there's
usually technically no, or at least there's not been decided. Now, granted, all things in 40K there's usually some variation, right? So it would not surprise me if some pariahs were stronger at being pariahs than others, though I don't know a specific lore source for that.
Now
but
Is there a difference between
guess.
is there a difference between a pariah and a knoll, or is it the same thing?
There was a. Oh man, we're digging into stuff I'm not brushed up on. There is a difference between a blank and a pariah, or there was something. I may be confusing the terminology, but one of them is more like, because one of them is more just like they don't exist, and the other one is more like outwardly psychically black hole drag in.
Right.
That's why, for example, oh man, shit. So one of them is more like, oh, you're not really gonna, you have more immunity towards like psychic power and stuff like that. I mean, you're soulless, you're a soulless abomination, which honestly in 40K is not really a bad thing.
Yeah,
As weird as it is to say.
that doesn't
Yeah.
seem like a fucking
Yeah, I
bad
guess
trade.
reminder: you die in 40K, your soul's going to the warp, and odds are it's not the Emperor picking up your soul, right? Odds are you're guaranteed hell, no matter who you are, essentially. Yeah.
Ooh, so that, I love how this is supposed to be a Mordian episode, but now this is turning into
Yes,
a
it
Beckwin
is.
speculation
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah.
But that's kind of got me thinking. So because obviously,
Yeah. But a lot of people have like went around, because the way they formulated it in the book specifically was that Beckwin's had a very bad string of bad luck, but it's not like people with regular people. It's more like you dislike them, but you don't know why. You know, it's almost like bad vibes.
right?
You can encounter somebody, and there's nothing wrong with them. They could be a pleasant person, but end of the day, you're like, they just something about them kind of like rings alarm bells, right? And it's not until you're a psyker that it kind of heebie-jeebies. Like heebie-jeebies, like you're actually making me sick.
Right.
Yeah. So I guess there wouldn't be an issue with Beckwin and fuck, marry, kill.
See, so I guess
Mary Beckwin. Great relationship.
Yeah. I feel like it'd have to be a good relationship.
I think so. Yeah.
And yeah, so, but see, then you're in a really bad spot because like now you've picked Mary, so now you have fucking kill.
Yeah.
So on one hand, you're either fucking or killing Morgan.
I'll take it.
I mean, I'll take it, except for the fact that one, if you kill Morgan, you're killing Abaddon's quite literally most valuable seer.
I mean, yes, but at the same time, like,
Bro, he's flayed people for less.
Well, if we're competing, if we're also like taking into consideration like,
but then you're
their
also
influence on the universe, it may be a different question, right? Because like influence in the universe, the only reasonable option is either fuck or kill Sauron. Because realistically, I mean, even though Angron relatively likes Sauron and Karn did,
I mean, does he really in fucking 40K?
he shows a shit ton more respect than to most other people to Sauron. Yeah.
In 40K still?
No, in 40K, I don't no, because she's the ship in 40K. She's not really there in 40K.
I wish they'd see. They need to do more with this in 40K because we need to know what Sauron's doing now.
I mean,
now that she's the ship.
You're just like in the back of like the fucking the Conqueror, just trying to like fuck an exhaust port whenever it's in dry dock.
Part of the ship, part of the crew,
part of the ship. Iron within, iron without, iron within, iron without.
It's just an Iron Warrior trying to stick a stick in fucking cogitator
Oh
port.
God. When you think of so hear me out. When you think about it, Space Marines, just due to like excluding Lucas, okay, are very much just like sexless beings. That's not a concept they really have, right? There was one notable story where it's like in 30K where it's like Loken was undressing and whoever the fuck he was with got like was a woman was like, oh my goodness, whoa, and then she was almost flustered, and then she started making passes which all flew over Logan's head.
Yeah, I think it was.
Because they don't fucking know.
Oh, it was.
And that was even in 30K before.
Not Keeler.
Yeah.
It was Mercedes Olaton.
Olaton, yeah.
Yeah, the other one.
That sounds right. But regardless, that flew entirely over his head, and that's back in 30K. Whenever like the Psycho, they didn't do as much of the Psycho indoctrination.
Yeah, they were more individualistic.
Yeah, they're more individualistic. But that entirely flew over his head. So hypothetically, if you were to hide something, like an interface port, would a Space Marine really care if they put it in their crotch? You see what I'm saying?
So what you're telling me is there is a chance for
There's
females.
a chance. No, that's not what I mean. No, I'm saying I could easily see an Iron Hands with like not really thinking about that. In that case, being like, yeah, you know what? I should have some like HDMI ports, and they'll run from like where my dick is in my suit.
No, they probably turned it into like a rocket launcher or something.
Probably.
Because they're all about like the efficiency and change it. Like,
Yeah, much more effective than having your dick being a USB cable. Yeah.
it being a rocket launcher.
Why not both?
What if it's a heavy flamer?
Oh, yeah. Oh, gee, see, they could do that.
I love how we're completely off topic.
Oh, we're so off topic. I'll take it though. I'll take it.
But
It's a fun conversation. I'll take it.
yeah, yeah, that was. Oh man, now I'm thinking. God, now you got me thinking about like all the different uses that fucking Iron Hands could make for like dick weapons. Brother, look at my new onslaught Gatling cannon.
Yes. You ever seen
The Black Marines pop out a Reaper autocannon.
Oh god. Here's my BBC, my big black cannon. Fucking.
It just fucking telescopes out. Toom, 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 toom.
You ever seen JoJo's Bizarre Adventures?
I've seen bits and pieces.
In like shit, what was it, like the first or second season? With the German guy with the machine gun hidden in like his torso.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that same shit, but it's like a little bit.
I never
like
that was always one that was a little bit more flamboyant. A little
It
bit
was
too,
very
a little bit too flamboyant for me. I watched like a couple episodes and I was like,
yeah, you gotta just kind of.
I'm not trying to have a gay awakening.
Yeah, it was kind of. It is kind of weird, but also it's funny enough to kind of get through it. But it's definitely a bit odd.
Now listening to Heresy FM. This ain't your commissar station.
Yeah, so you want to explain to the audience what happened, Groot? Explain to the audience what happened in the episode we recorded.
So we had the Mordian episode, and we had it all great, and it was perfect, and it was fine, except for the fact that Groot had the microphone turned around backwards, and so Groot wasn't picking up any of his voice. Stepbro sounded great. Stepbro sounded wonderful.
Then you were just like, it's like Korn came back, but just to like
just
shove
to fuck
you,
with
shove
my
you,
mic.
yeah, shove you into like a broom closet or something, and then next thing you know, you just from the like the school locker, it's all muffled.
Yeah, guys, so Mordian is fucking great. Let me tell you all about him.
Yeah. Can he look an ass? Can he sound an ass? Yeah.
So, Mordian Iron Guard.
Ooh, take two. So, what do we know about the Mordians, aka Space Americans?
The Space Americans.
The Space Americans. Just not as cool as actual Americans. Unbiased opinion.
Yeah, because we can't call them Space Marines.
Yeah, that title's already taken.
Even though it's
They
technically
are
the Space Marines.
Yeah.
So the most, I guess, iconic thing about them is obviously the uniform.
Yeah.
These guys are in their dress blues all the time.
They were in Marine dress blues.
Yeah,
very cleanly Marine dress blues.
very cleanly Marine dress blues, and but the cool, and so they've got like a kind of like a moniker, kind of like a running joke that the Mordians are, you know, prissy and, you know, a bunch of silly nannies and sallies and whatnot. But what they don't realize is, one, that fucking dress uniform is actually fucking synthetic flak
It's
weave.
not just for show.
No, it's fucking armor. And, you know, the enemy sees all these fucking prissy dudes until there's a perfect volley of just las fire just raining down on you.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, we all know fucking las guns are about the equivalent to flashlights, but...
Well, I mean, they are, but also, like, because I gotta bring this up every time, like, the idea of las guns being flashlights comes up. They're still a really fucking good gun.
Yeah, it's still an effective weapon.
Yeah, like, it's better than most modern armaments. You have a solar charged fucking death ray
that's
that
fucking it's-
recoilless. Yeah.
And 100%, like, it's not, there's no bullet drop, there's no fucking
Yeah.
wind doesn't affect it.
Yeah, it's just
It-
further away it is, the less powerful it is.
Yeah, the
That's
less,
all it is.
the
And
more
just
dispersed the light is.
Yeah, correct.
So, that's what makes these guys great is they wait until they're in, like, the effective range of the las gun. And, I mean, one shot may ping off, but 20 shots hitting the same spot is eventually going to make
that's a good
dent.
segue. So let's break this down like bad categories. So first off, Mordian Iron Guard. They're from Mordia. We'll get on the planet a bit. That's the boring part. We'll save that for later.
Yeah, we'll
But
save Mordian for
combat
later.
doctrine, right? So we've already been over Krieg.
Yes.
So
Very, very chaotic
very
combat.
chaotic. Yeah, very chaotic combat, siege warfare. They're all about usually artillery, entrenchments, wave tactics. That's what they're about. So how does Mordia kind of compare to that? And you've already alluded to it a little bit.
Mordia doesn't really compare to it at all.
Well, no, I mean, like in terms of what they do, not in terms of like siege.
well, as far as siege, Mordian's more. They get deployed out, but Mordian's used more as like their own. They're kind of like Armageddon. I guess would be a better comparison to them, to where they're almost more of a planetary defense.
They're more domestic than they are shipped out like
yeah,
Canadians.
a lot more domesticated. Well, not domesticated.
They're domesticated. They're domesticated Krieg.
I mean, essentially, when you look at it, any fucking
It's like
any
you have
regiment is
two-
domesticated.
You have two. You have two dogs. One of them's like the little like outside he picked up outside a trash can. Is like feral. Looks like it's been doing the meth the last like 10 years.
Yeah, that's your
Everything
fucking
else ran
Kriegsman.
over by a car 5 times and is still somehow like trying to chase the mailman.
And then you have your one that's like your purebred
Yeah.
that you spent like all kinds of fucking.
It's like, oh, this is a
thousands of
$2,000
dollars.
purebred German Schnitzel wagon or some shit. And
Yeah,
then,
that's your Mordian.
yeah. But then that dog is also really good at chasing down the mailman. And that mailman ain't going anywhere.
But so, where is Armageddon? Not Armageddon. Whereas Krieg's combat doctrine is it's a very messy form of combat where it's everybody's disciplined to do their job, but it's a very messy job that they
Yes.
do. Mordian, not so much. They're the ones that they'll be in the trenches with the Krieg, but they've just arrived. They're standing in perfect formation lines with their las guns raining. Their las guns aimed at the enemy, and while Krieg is sitting there, popping off shots at them, they're still waiting for the enemy to charge in until finally they get close enough.
Yeah. I was going to say, when it comes to Krieg, the organization and the discipline, you can almost view, and this is just my opinion, take it or leave it, if it's like a line-based infantry, right? So whether we're talking Napoleonic War, to a degree World War One, like I'm making the analogy with Krieg right now, you almost have to view them more as like a net tactic, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, hey, we're going to go, everybody has to work cohesively, but due to the chaos of the situation, you have to work with usually your fire team, your squad, your platoon,
Right.
whatever stuff you're in, and that makes a very flexible net.
Yeah.
Mordians, from everything I've read and seen, has a tendency to be more of like a larger doctrine, because you have those giant ranks of people firing in perfect synchrony in lines. Meanwhile, Krieg's like, you got 100 guys in trench 1, you got 200 guys in trench 2. They're divided into like 20 fire teams each. Mordians is a case of, we got 20, we're going to stand here, we're going to shoot, and it's all under this organ. It's a lot less flexible, is what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you think of the Mordian, the best way I've compared the Mordians and what I always think of when I see them is almost like a Marine drill team.
Yes.
Kind of like whenever you see the old Marine Corps commercial with the line of fucking the drill guys across America, or what's that? What was the movie? What movie were they in? Fucking
Forrest Gump.
Forrest.
I'm joking.
No, that was the Army.
That was a joke.
What was it? A Few Good Men.
Yeah.
Whenever you see like the first part where they're all fucking twirling the rifles and shit, that's like a big part of their combat doctrine. Is it's all drill, and whereas Krieg gets like indoctrinated on like the love of the emperor, and we're not ever gonna be traitor again. If you're a fucking traitor, then you deserve to die, and all that. They get more of that psycho, and they get a little bit of that psycho indoctrination, but more of theirs is into how perfect they do everything. You know, how
Yeah.
pressed your uniform is, how well you drill with your rifle, how well you can they probably have no doubts fucking twirl their rifles and do all
Krieg
that shit.
institute regimental command basically through zealotry.
Yes.
You're a piece of shit. You're this. You're that.
This is your only way
This is
to
your only way
atone.
to atone. And Mordian's a lot more a case of regimental discipline through actual discipline of you have stuff to prove.
Yeah,
It's not you owe.
yeah.
You owe, but it's not a. It's not almost like the trauma that Krieg went through. You know, with the entire. The planets and the Civil War and everything else.
Yeah.
So it's a lot more discipline as compared to zealous listening to command.
Right.
Yeah.
And I mean, you got to think about it like that's kind of a lot of cases in like I'm pretty sure we talked about this in the last recording. That's a big thing about like being someone that was like lowborn or something like that and getting like recruited into the guard. You're almost like taking like a societal step up.
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of people like being in the guard. This is how you like feed your family. This is how you like take care of, you know, what's back home. So, you know, the higher you go up in the ranks and the more you do, the better you do, especially in Mordian, the more you're rewarded.
Yeah. It's got strong vibes of like, you know, what I've always heard is you basically got three different people who are joined armed forces. This is what I've heard. This is probably, you know, entirely circumstantial, so grains of salt. But you got basically the one who's in it for benefits, right?
Right.
So like their home life's fine, but they're like, hey, benefits, good benefits, go from there, get that VA 100%. And at that point, you have another smaller subclass of just patriots, usually middle class. I love America. Let's join up.
Doing it for my country.
Doing it for my country. Hoorah! Blah. And then the third ones were like, hello, my name is Pablo. My family came over here 10 years ago. I need green cards. I need to take care of family. And they're more the last one. They're like the lower socioeconomic status, and they're trying to like, they are the discipline because they know everybody's relying on them. Because Mordians on Mordia, like we said, a lot of them are domestic, but they get pretty nice housing for them and their family if they're in the guard, right? So they are the caretakers. They're the ones buying the green card, taking care of the white trash family they had back home that can make an income. They're kind of doing that. So that's kind of like why that feeds into the discipline, because if they fuck up, they get kicked out of the guard, them and their family are going back onto Underhive scum.
Back to being the shit.
They changed settings from 40k to Necromunda.
Real quick.
Yeah, real quick. Yeah.
So, what else do we want to talk about?
So it'll be interesting because my mental image is, this is the easiest one for me, right? Is they're always classified as being super like dour and serious and grim.
Yeah, very, pretty much like a Marine. You know, like you're like your stereotypical Marine.
Yeah.
Very, very 100-yard stare.
Yes.
You know, no nonsense.
Yeah.
I'm here to do a job. This is what I'm here to do. And once I leave to do that, once I finish that job, it's on to the next job.
Yes. But the mental image that always comes up is like Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. You know, like the one guy they have constantly on guard.
Yeah.
That they have marching, the perfect dress blues, the perfect white gloves, everything else.
Perfectly inspected, like not a speck of dust on anything.
Except you don't turn that off.
Mm-hmm.
That's the entire guard. We're like, you know, like I know a few Marines, you know a few Marines, guys who've been in the Corps. At the same time, it's like, there's Marines, you do your duty, everything else. They can be professional by any means. It's not a diss by any means. Don't take it that way. But then usually Marines are known for the most batshit insane stuff.
Yeah, and I mean,
and
that's you know, it's 40K. You know, they take everything and they crank it up to 11. So this is what you get from your fucking dress blue fucking 100% Marine is you get a no nonsense, just ready to fucking go, dude. Yeah.
And it's also important to note that whenever we say this stuff, we're talking with the baseline of general guard regiments, right? Mm-hmm. Because they're in the guard. They're all going to be disciplined. They're all going to be regimented. So we're using just basic discipline, basic regiment as a baseline.
Yeah.
There's disciplined above that.
Yeah, because I mean, obviously, Cadian's disciplined. You
Yeah,
have
yeah.
to have you have to have a certain level. You have to have a huge level of discipline
Yeah.
when you're sitting there and the Eye of
Yeah.
Terror is quite literally popping open and
Yeah.
demons are popping onto your planet.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're Krieg and you live on a fucking irradiated death world, you have to
Yeah.
have a certain level of discipline to know how
Yeah.
to deal with all that shit.
Yeah.
So I mean, everybody, obviously every Imperial Guard regiment that we talk about, one of the talking points we're going to bring about is their level of discipline.
Yeah, but Mordians are all about, and this is why I do kind of like them. If it wasn't just like pure dress blues, was they're very infantry focused, which is really fun if you're
Yeah.
going to bring them on tabletop. Armageddon is like transports, right? That's what we talked about last episode.
Chimera.
Chimera. And then Mordians, although like all regiments will have some use of different tactics to some degree, stuff like that. Krieg is siege, but that doesn't mean they don't use a Lehman Russ, right? But at the end of the day, Mordians are all about infantry, get them in the right position, firing line, and it's usually going to be a volley fire type attack.
It's also like the perfect excuse for you to put your Mordians like all nice and
It
rank
is,
and
yes,
file and
yes.
in the nice little. You don't have to be like, oh, here's this blob of guardsmen that I'm gonna have fucking desperately running to this objective.
The Mordian player is making sure all the models are facing the right way, that they're all primed. He's gonna make sure they're all like painted nice.
They have to all be standing at attention, holding
Yes.
their fucking ready to go.
Yeah, where it's like you have some like model poses in the actual like tabletop game where like, why is that dude just like casually standing there when there's a Khorne berserker like coming down with a chain axe?
Nah,
like
fucking
model
Mordian.
wise. Yeah, but you're like, oh, it's a Mordian. That's more accurate.
That makes sense.
That makes sense. He's down for it. So Mordian's a hell of a legion. But unfortunately, like a lot of legions we're going to talk about, like with the Astartes series, we went over a lot of different conflicts. Because Space Marines are in fucking everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're always... it's almost like they can't make a good story unless they throw a Space Marine in it.
Yeah.
Like, I've noticed even like a lot of the human books, they just feel lackluster until all of a sudden fucking a Space Marine comes crashing through the fucking wall and kicking in everything.
Yeah, and then somehow the Psycho indoctrinated Space Marine has more character than the Cadian generic guardsman that's a human.
Yeah, that's fucking that's just watched his entire world fucking go to shit.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. But that's kind of what they're about for the most part. There's been a few notable engagements outside of Mordia, but I want to say the main one as of recent was in that, what was it, the third book in the Dawn of Fire series?
It was the second one. It was the
when they were facing the Word Bearers.
Yeah, there were. It's Word Bearers and Iron Warriors, I think, of course.
Yeah, because that was the one that the Custodies gave the speech with the general and all that stuff. And that's,
Yeah. That was their one other notable engagement that I've seen. What was it? It's been so long since I've read it, and now I'm on like the fifth or sixth book. So there was like some kind of it was a cardinal. Gathalamor was a cardinal world. I want to say Mordia was the Mordian Iron Guard was. You know what? I'll pull it up and we'll talk about it a little bit.
Why don't we talk about that? Let's briefly kind of summarize. I'll briefly summarize what Mordia is. So for context, Mordia was a tidally locked world with basically one side kind of more facing the sun, one side more facing outwards, and they managed to make do. And they made for a very inhospitable environment for the colonists there. And as basically the years went on Mordia, that's what it became, is that the resources were allocated towards, of course, the ruling elite, and then also the guardsmen, who were mainly on civil duty for the most part. And again, like we said 20 million times, I'll repeat 20 more million times, a lot of stuff like Mordians, Vestorians, Praetorians, was it? Where's the British ones? Man, I'm in a brain fart.
Yeah, the Praetorians.
Yeah, Praetorians. All that stuff. They exist, but they don't really show up until GW like pulls a guard regiment out of the hat to accompany a named character. So again, if you're a guard player, you'll get used to that. It gets pretty rough, boys. I'm sorry.
All right.
Most notable by the channel. What was the channel name? Mordian Glory. That was it on YouTube.
Yeah, Mordian
Great
Glory.
channel. Hates Horror Seriously 3rd Edition.
Oh, we haven't talked about.
We haven't.
Yeah,
we can do a little blurb at the end.
Yeah, we can talk about Horus Heresy 3rd Edition at the end. All right, so basically all you need to know was this was originally a Holy Imperial world. Was originally led by a cardinal named Bucharest. Typical. It was your typical fucking cardinal turned to chaos story. He ended up leaving. He ended up like having like a ring or something, but anywho, not really important. There ended up being a giant battle between the Grand Battalion of the Iron Warriors under the command of Torvan Locke and a contingent of word bearers under Kargathar, along with the sorcerer Tenebris, who was known as the Hand of Abaddon. Facing them were the 84th Mordians, the 40th Phyroxian Tankers, Imperial Guard regiments, 5 lances of House Kamadar Knights, as well as the Order of the Argent Shroud under Canoness Imelda Veritas. And there was something interesting in here I actually found, because in the original source describing the battle, because this was originally talked about in the Custodes, one of the Custodes codexes. Originally, Custodes forces led by Trajan Valorous, as well as Grey Knights, were described as leading the battle. But then,
the poor Grey Knights, bro.
In the book, they were actually absent.
Good to know, and that goes to show, like, a lot of the stuff you see, whether in the books or in like a codex, there's usually other forces involved. They're just not specifically shown or otherwise. So it's like, oh, you got to kind of take the GW numbers with a grain of salt. Where it's like, oh, this entire world, we have 20,000 troops and we have 500 Space Marines, and like, that's it for an entire world. That's fucking insane. That's stupid as fuck. But also, you gotta kind of like just fudge your own numbers when it comes to GW. There's usually something else on the world, some other battles going on. It's only that for that specific battle, the books following, that type of stuff. At least that's how I view it. Some of the time it's true, some of the time it's cope. Take it or leave it. It's kind of how it goes.
Hold on. I'm trying to figure out why my mic's not picking up.
Oh no.
Oh, there it goes. Okay, we're picking up again. Oh. I thought we were having an issue.
One day we'll hire that tech priest. One day.
We'll have to figure it out.
We had to kill Jerry, by the way. Jerry's been lobotomized.
So I guess if we really want to, I mean, we can kind of mention like the other ones that they were a part of.
If you want to list them off real quick, I'm down for it. Yeah.
Yeah. So the biggest one. Oh, we didn't talk about. Did we talk about the Battle of Mordian?
No, we missed that. Holy shit.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Okay, so we talked about their homeworld being partially under part of its eternal night, part of its eternal day, and so that's why they're essentially kind of like a home defense group, is because they're ruled by these what's called a tetrarch, which rules it's fair but very, very strict. Rules with an iron fist almost.
Stay in your lane. Do you out of your lane, you're going to get squashed.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Because obviously, you understand this, having like a psychological background. There's been like a correlation between people's moods during the day and people's moods during the night, especially people that like will take like a day shift worker that's up and in the sunlight all day versus like a night shift worker that sleeps all day and is out at night. Yeah,
can often have vitamin D deficiency, leads to a worse mood, et cetera, et cetera.
Exactly. And so Mordian deals with a lot of like, any hive city, there's always gangs, there's always something going on, chaos cults, stuff like that. So there's always constant uprisings.
Yeah.
And with these constant uprisings, these constant riots, they need almost their own defense force that a planetary defense force can't exactly accomplish.
Yeah.
And so that's why they have Mordians. But the Battle of Mordian, was that the one between the...
Pretty sure that was the initial domestic disturbance, if I'm not mistaken on that.
No, the Battle of Mordian was where the fucking warp storm opened up and fucking they got invaded by chaos.
That's domestic disturbance. Yeah.
Oh, it was the domestic disturbance because it was a cult.
That summoned
it was the fucking cult. There was a cult.
Chaos doing chaos bullshit.
Chaos doing chaos. So you had a cult, obviously, a cult of not knowing fucking unknowing stupid humans that are like, oh, we're gonna worship the chaos gods and the chaos gods are gonna help us because the chaos gods love us.
Yeah.
And they ended up doing a fucking ritual that opens what did it opened up a warp storm and fucking caused a demon.
It wasn't even a small warp storm. It was a huge fucking warp storm with all these fucking various demons on there. And it's, oh god, bro.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure like...
You know how bad you gotta fuck up to do that?
The funny part was I'm pretty sure like the Mordians didn't even kill the cultists. I'm pretty sure the warp storm fucking opened and killed the cultists.
Probably. I love the entire fucking over-the-top evil GW will put into chaos. We're like, guys, I found this book draped in human skin and it's still bleeding and screaming, even though it's a book. This seems like something we should read to find out what it's about. This won't turn bad for us at all.
This holds all the secrets of the universe. We can see everything.
Yeah. Guys, trust me, bro. Trust me. I'm just saying, if somebody came in with the literal Necronomicon and be like, bro, we can learn so much. I'm like, no. You know why? Because I'm not a fucking moron. Because I value my own fucking skin. Because you have to be aware, and this is what most people, not all people, learn by the time they're not a fucking teenager. Hey, you're a human. You can fuck up. There's dangerous stuff. You're not immortal. You will fucking die. And hopefully it won't be painful. But sometimes it will be really fucking painful. So don't be goddamn retarded. And then GW's like, nah, people don't think that way. People don't do that. There's no common sense. Which, to be fair, a lot of people lack common sense. But at the same time, you know.
So they ended up summoning they summoned a demonic horde of Nurgle, which included great unclean ones shuffling forward besides rancid. Oh, they summoned plague marines too. Bro, that's like the worst of the worst.
Oh, brother. I just want to know how bad they fuck up to where it's like, not only did we pop them out, but we also popped out plague marines that were also in the fucking apparently guard of Nurgle or whatever.
Just chilling.
Chilling, whatever chaos planet. Can you imagine being a plague marine? You're probably taking a fucking shit from your mouth or whatever the fuck they do, and the next thing you know, you get sucked through an intergalactic toilet into Mordia, and you're like, oh, I guess we're doing this now. Clock shock, huh?
Cluck cluck.
Sorry. Cluck, your little squish because some fucking feces in the gun. Yeah.
You're still fucking shitting out of your mouth.
Maybe that's how they fucking died, those cultists.
It's the fucking Nurglings. Nurglings are my favorite.
I do love Nurglings. I will say, they're a joy from like a meta standpoint to kind of like look at, and they're the most fun because no other fucking demon range has a full Nurgling catalog of different poses. Whereas like the fucking sassy Nurgling, champion Nurgling, fucking...
And it's to me, it's like the attitude of Nurglings. Because of course you have like...
mischievous little shits.
Like...
literal shits.
That's quite literally what they are, is they're just like... And that's like the thing that they play on. Because like in, what was it? In the Dark Imperium series... Fucking when you had like the Nurglings running around doing their thing, they were like playing tricks. Because obviously each, even though it's a lesser demon, it's still a fucking demon. It still holds some.
It's still evil.
Even though it only holds like maybe a fucking pinky nail worth of power of the warp, that's still more power of the warp than I have.
Yeah.
And so they're still tricky little demons, so they still do like their own, there's certain Nurglings that still can kind of like do their own thing, like they can still talk and, oh, well, I'll help, there was like the little Nurgling that was like trying to help out the humans or whatever to find out that he was helping out he was just doing Kugas plan. And he was when he was sitting there and he's like pointing in the fucking sky at this thing and he's like there was like a Titan walking by and he fucking like turns around and farts in its direction.
Yeah, that's.
Or no, that was what was that? That was Siege of Terra, wasn't it?
I think it was because that was mainly because I was gonna say Nurglings. It's been since I read the Plague Wars trilogy, but I'm pretty sure
it was the Nurgling off of out of Warhawk.
Yeah, because they were at the Lion's Gate, and that's whenever the White Scars were.
Yeah, the Titan
Titan,
walk, the Titan. I think it was like a Titan or something walked by, and he fucking farted at it.
I don't doubt that for a second. 'Cause that's on character. And again, that's a little bit of a tangent, but that's also why like Nurglings are so fucking funny.
Yeah.
Like it's almost like orcs, right? We have to understand this. There's a in-universe perspective, then there's an out-of-universe perspective. Out-of-universe, orcs are usually funny as fuck. Yes. Also, Nurglings, funny as fuck. In-universe, fucking terrifying.
You would not laugh at an orc.
No,
you would not laugh at a Nurgling.
No, not at all. I was gonna say you have a literal. It's like the fuck. We made the joke earlier about like the fucking two dogs. One of them's like a premium $2,000. You fucking bought it from a breeder. Premium German Schnitzel dog or whatever the fuck.
Out of universe, you see orcs as these funny little cockneys that, they're stupid and what they believe in they can fucking do. When you see it as like Acadian in the fucking in universe,
here's a 9 foot tall, muscle bound fucking green orc that's savage with fucking.
Here's this guy who literally just picked up my buddy and fucking tore him in half with his bare fucking hands.
That'd be terrifying. Yes, it's not funny. It's not humorous. It's fucking terrifying. There's a reason orcs were quasi-exterminated and are still fought. Like, can they be mercenaries? Yes. Do you want them? No. You don't fucking want them. No. If they would even take the job, which is a bit more rare for orc and yumis. But no, Nurglings are fucking terrifying, man. Specifically, imagine like a little like toddler running around with a fucking split in its stomach with fucking teeth and a tongue flopping out and a horn and fucking...
Well, they brought it up in. What was it?
It was Siege of Terra still. Yeah,
it was in Warhawk where the Death Guard. He saw when it shows them at first. He's holding the Nurgling and he's almost treating it like a puppy, fucking sitting there petting it.
Yeah, when it's all funny.
Cute. Yeah, and it's all cute and everything. But then when
Jagaton Mortarian fight, and then Mortarian's banished and the connection's temporarily severed, they see the reality.
Yeah, they see everything that he sees the fucking Nurgling, and he's like, ugh, oh god, I have something that's literally got maggots.
Does a Michael Jordan through the hoop into the Planned Parenthood dumpster. Oh, fuck it, the crowd goes wild. Yeah.
Oh god. All right, so there's really nothing else about more.
There's not a lot, I'll say. I don't want to delve too much into like conspiracy or anything else, because I mean there's a limited amount of lore.
We could go into all the look. The fact of the matter is that unless you're fucking Cadians or Krieg, GW fucking hates you.
Yeah, actually. Hey, guess what? You can only bring official GW plastic to tournaments. You know what Mordians don't have? Official GW fucking plastic. Have fun. Yeah, the best thing you do is try to find something from like 15, 20 years ago that was like...
what about official GW pewter?
Yeah, if it's official, yeah. I mean, technically, by rules, as long as it's on the right base size, you could bring like an original Rogue Trader model. I mean, that's up to you.
Yeah, that'd be about that'd be about your only fucking option, because I want to say pewter models was the last time we had Mordians.
Yeah, pretty much. Yep.
Unless you just want to buy a shit ton of Commissar models and...
Yeah, no. You got to do 3D printing. You got to do that, or at very, very worst, kid bashing. But that's buying two kids
120 Commissars. Do it.
500 Commissars.
I bought 500 Commissars and gave them all las guns. No, because then you'd still have to 3D print the fucking las.
But I will say because reminder, the Militarum used to be really fucking cool, and it was GW saying, play Space Guard, play Space Military, and then just bring your regular fucking whatever fantasy, historical type models, give them a las gun pack we sell, and you can make them into their own faction. Wouldn't that be really fucking cool? And then lo and behold, that's why feudal worlds fucking exist, because you could bring your empire stuff and do whatever the fuck you want with them and make them into guard or whatever else.
You would think with as fucking on the money train as goddamn GW's been lately,
oh, God, yeah.
Especially with their IPs and everything, you would think that would be something that, somebody in GW has gone, hey man, we have the plastic las guns. Let's just sell the plastic las gun kits.
Keep it easy.
Let's keep it easy. Let's give these guys, you know, what they've been asking for. Let's give them their guard back.
Mm-hmm.
But no.
Can't fucking do that. Nope. Yeah, no, it's stupid. So, to wrap it up, what flavor's in? Mordians. Mordians. You're a Mordian. What did you popping?
Mordians, you're probably popping peppermint.
I feel peppermint. Peppermint.
I feel like peppermint is like
peppermint, and it's like a 3 milligram because you're on duty and you feel like that's too much.
You still have a job to do, and you still have to keep a clear head. I feel like just enough nicotine.
Yeah.
You're not exactly a Marine, but you're you're the special Marine.
Yeah, you're the special Marine. You're like
You're
like the dare. You're
not
the dare.
a fucking Catachan.
Yeah, I can't smoke weed because I gotta listen to my instructor tomorrow. That type of.
You know what? Let's do that. I know that the last time, the first time we recorded this, hashtag group fucked up.
Mistakes happen. Mistakes happen.
Hashtag Grr Mondays.
Yeah.
But I know that the first time that we did this recording, we said we were gonna do like Praetorians or we were gonna do Vestroyan.
Yeah.
I know you're gonna hate this.
Oh God.
Let's do Catachan.
Okay, I'll suffer. I'm not a fan. We'll talk more about the next.
I know
episode.
you're not a fan, but we'll go ahead and knock out Catachan because I feel like it makes a good comparison to like Marines because on Mordian side you have like the Marine in his dress blues.
Yeah.
And then on Catachan side you have like what the Marines are actually like in combat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's
over there polishing a Japanese skull on fucking Iwo Jima or some shit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Sitting there with his big fucking K-bar, just fucking sharpening a tree branch for whatever reason.
Exactly. Yeah.
You have a knife and a las gun. Why do you have a tree branch that you're sharpening into a stake, just in case?
Sir, what are the Marines? That's a new war crime. I never saw that coming. Oh shit. We respect everybody in the service. Thank you very much for your service. Thank you for your service.
So, yes. I guess until next time. Check out the Discord and
we'll go from there, baby.
Fuck it, we ball.